Hi, my name is Shelley Belcourt and I'm going to give you a very quick training on the 5 tips to make your blog posts on your Facebook fan page stand out. Now, I did say blog post because you can use your fan page like a blog. Okay, you don't have to, if you're just starting, you don't have to have a web presence. You can be where everyone else is on Facebook and put your blog posts on your Facebook fan page. So these 5 tips will help increase your engagement, your direct response, and improve your click-through rate. So number 1 is always have a strong call to action on your posts. Now, a call to action can be something like click this link. It can be like this post. It can be what do you think? Do you have an opinion on? Anything that is causing an engagement with your reader and getting them to do something else. Okay, that's what a call to action. The action does not have to be go to another site or another page. It can be, all right. So it could also be, you're calling them to sign up for a webinar or look at a video, anything like that. So any call to action, make sure there is something on your post. Okay, so that's point number 1. Point number 2 is include a web address if you are sending them somewhere else. And if this is something like a sales call to action, then you must include a web address. Okay, now this doesn't have to be your website. You could be sending them to, like I mentioned, the training, the webinar, the YouTube video, something like that. But don't forget to include the website address in there. That's point number 2. Point number 3 is, I'll show you what I mean here, is you can swap out when you've put your URL in there. It will bring up an image from the website you're sending them to. You can actually click on this little button here. It says upload image, and put in another image in there that you choose, and that will still be clickable. That image that you put in there will still be clickable to the website that you've put into your post. So I'll show you what I mean. So you just click on the upload image there, and then you'll go to your files, and for this post I've made a screenshot. I want to put that in there. So I'll show you in a minute when I'll publish this post on this video. But you can choose what you have as your image, so it doesn't have to be from the site that you're sending them to. This is a very handy little tip. Okay, so tip number 4 is, when I've done this on purpose, you don't want to have all your writing jumbled up like that. As you can see, it's not very visually appealing, and we have very short attention span, so you might want to just, after each sentence, if it makes sense to, put a line space in. So I'll put a line space in there and there, and for that, and see how much easier that is to read. If something is difficult to read, people are less likely to read it. That's kind of obvious, but when you're typing it, sometimes you forget. So don't forget that point. Create line spaces, make it visually appealing. Often I put in punctuation and smiley faces, and that's because it's my personality. You put in what works for you. Now, the 5th point I want to make is your URL. 2 things here. First of all, I usually put the URL at least once or twice in my post. If it's at the bottom like this, put a line space and then put a full stop. I think in the Americas you call it a period. And what that does is it creates a separation between your URL and your image once it's posted. Okay, so just a little trick there that does make it look a little bit more visually appealing. Also, you might want to consider, if it makes sense, to put your URL up here above the fold, so that when your post is published, people can see that URL without having to click the see more button. Okay, only if it makes sense though. And that's pretty much it. So we'll go ahead and publish that, and then I'll show you exactly what it looks like. So as you can see, there's the spaces in there. You can see my web address. If I click on that, that will go through to this address, and that's my post. So They are 5 quick points to make your post stand out and improve your response rate for your blog post on your Facebook fan page. I'll just run through the 5 points again. Number 1 is include a call to action. Number 2, include a web address for the call to action. Number 3, upload an image on top of the web address. If it makes sense, it will be clickable. Number 4, create visually appealing posts with spaces and other appropriate things. Number 5 is have your call to action above the fold or put a full stop underneath it with a line space to make it pop out in your posts. So I hope that has been helpful to you. For more information, you can click through on the link below to see where I'm learning my marketing and my traffic strategies. And I'll talk to you next time. Have a fantastic day.